How to buy Ripple cryptocurrency. My name is Tom Porter, and in this video I'm going to give you a quick overview of a really simple way to go out there and buy some Ripple. I think a lot of people are having difficulty now just doing some kind of simple cryptocurrency things, so the spirit behind all these videos that I'm making recently is to help as much as I can with what I know. This is not financial advice. This is not financial advice. All right, let's get going. So in order to buy Ripple, there's really 4 steps in my mind to be able to pull this off. And keep in mind, this is just one way to buy Ripple. There's a lot of different ways to pull this off. I just want to show you a simple path that if you want to get going and go out there and buy some pretty much immediately, this gives you the ability to do that. So step 1 is that you're going to want to buy Ethereum on Coinbase. That's what we're going to go over here today. Just so you know that going into this, that this is definitely not the cheapest way to do this. Buying Ethereum on Coinbase, they do charge fees, and there are other ways to go about doing this where you can almost eliminate your fees completely. But for the sake of discussion today, we're just going to go over an easy way to do it, basically using your debit card on Coinbase to buy Ethereum for step 1. Then step 2 of the process is going to be you're going to move your Ethereum to an exchange of choice. Now my exchange is Binance, and I've gone over the reasons why I really like Binance. There's a link in the description. You guys can check out that exchange. I've just had a really good experience with them, so I'm usually pretty loyal to the things that give me good results, and Binance has definitely been that for me. So I'll be showing you how to move your Ethereum to Binance today. So then once you have your Ethereum on an exchange, we're going to be using that exchange to buy Ripple with. And I'm going to be talking about a limit order today. I come from a background of doing quite a bit of trading. So I think something that's really misunderstood with buying cryptocurrencies is that you actually have to have a knowledge of basic order types in order to be able to pull this off. So in this video, I'm going to talk about a limit order and why it's really important to use that when you're buying your cryptos. And then as a final step, we're going to move that Ripple off of your exchange, and we're going to store it in a secure location. My hardware wallet of choice right now is the Ledger Nano S. I really do believe that you should be using a hardware wallet, because a lot of the ways that people are getting hacked right now is that, number 1, they're leaving their money on exchanges and exchanges are getting hacked. But number 2, things like keyloggers and fake websites are taking people's information about their accounts and basically letting that information fall into the hands of hackers, and then hackers are using that information to just go in and help themselves to people's coins. And so that's why I'm a really big advocate of using a hardware wallet, because I think that it's really the only way to be almost 100% sure a hacker is not going to use a keylogger and is not going to use any sort of fake website that looks like the website you should be on to gain access to your account. They just can't do that because you're never physically entering in your secret key into a keyboard because you're using a hardware wallet, and that's the reason that I use one. So now that I've kind of given you this like 4-step process, I'm just going to go ahead and show you how that would work in the real world. Right now I've come out to Coinbase, and this is my Coinbase account, and I'm just going to use my debit card today to buy some Ethereum. So doing it this way obviously has a lot of fees. I've been talking about that, and I hope to make a video here in the near future about how you can do this with actually no fees. But for now, we're just going to keep it simple, and I know a lot of you guys actually like to use your debit card because it's just really easy, so we're just going to do that. So today I'm going to buy 100 USD of Ethereum on Coinbase and confirm buy, and my purchase was successful. All right, so we completed step 1. We went to Coinbase and we used our debit card to buy $100 worth of Ethereum, and right now we're looking at my Ethereum wallet on Coinbase, and I already had like $86 or something like that in my ETH wallet. So what you're seeing there, the balance, is in addition to what I already had. I'm going to move my Ethereum from Coinbase to my exchange, which is Binance. So how you do that is you would come to your exchange, and right now I'm looking at Binance. I already logged in, and you just come to funds, and you come to deposits and withdrawals, and then you're going to find Ethereum right here, and you're going to come over to deposit, and then this is going to give you your Ethereum deposit address. So I'm going to come in and I'm going to copy this whole thing, and then I'm going to bring that over to Coinbase, click on send, paste that into there. It's always good practice to kind of look, make sure you actually are pasting in what you copied. What I do is I always look at the beginning of the address, then I look at the last few digits of it just to make sure that's the same. And that looks good, so we're going to come down here to this field and we're going to click max because I want all of my Ethereum that's on Coinbase to be transferred to Binance. I'm just going to click continue. All right, so I entered in my SMS confirmation, and I really don't like to authenticate over SMS if I can avoid it. at all. But for now with Coinbase, and since we're only working with, a couple $100 here or there, I'm comfortable doing this. It says my transaction was successful, so we're just gonna wait for a little bit for a couple confirmations to happen, and then we're gonna see that Ethereum show up in this account right here on Binance. All right, so I just had a cup of coffee and came back, and Binance sent me an email and said that the deposit was successful. So I came back to Binance. I'm gonna check my account. I can see it bumped up a couple $100, and I can see here on my Ethereum that I've got that Ethereum that came in. So cool, we are done with Coinbase. Okay, so now we have our Ethereum on the exchange, which is Binance, and I'm going to be using Binance to buy some Ripple with. So how I do that is I'm gonna come over here to exchange, and I always use the advanced exchange. You can use the basic one if you'd like. I really don't think you should be intimidated by the advanced exchanges, even if you're new, because I'm gonna teach you kind of the differences between the order types. We're just gonna be talking about a limit order today, but I will have a future video on what the differences are between the order types and why it's really important to know those when you're buying cryptocurrency. All right, so here we are in the Binance Advanced Exchange, and we're looking at the currency pair XRP Ethereum. So if you're not already looking at this, how you would do it is you would come up here. Obviously, you already clicked Advanced and got yourself into this exchange in the first place. And then you would come up here and click the currency pair and make sure that you're looking at XRP Ethereum. This is the currency pair that you're going to use your Ethereum to buy XRP or to buy Ripple with. Now, Ripple has had a crazy run lately, which is incredible to see that, and I'm really glad that I was buying it early. I definitely don't think it's too late for Ripple to be buying, but I'm just really glad that I loaded up early, and so I don't have to be making those decisions later whether it's a good idea or not. Today for this video, it looks like an okay place to actually buy if we believe in this trend, right? Ripple's come up and it's made a crazy run, I think all the way above $3, and now we're down in the 250 range, which is about halfway corrected on its recent run, which, if you believe in this long-term trend, is actually an okay place to buy. Now, I'm a guy that is into the long-term buying and holding of cryptocurrencies, so I'm a person that's just going to be buying over the next few years cryptos that I really believe have a very bright future and an upside. So today's discussion is just strictly going to be about buying it and then moving it off of this exchange. We're going to be discussing this limit order. That's really the only thing that I'm going to be going over here today. In the advanced exchange on Binance, how to buy XRP with your Ethereum using a limit order. The difference between a limit and a market order is really saying that I want to go out to the market and I want the next available Ripple, whatever price that's selling at, which is different than a limit order. A limit order is basically saying that I don't want to buy any Ripple with my Ethereum unless I can get it for better than the price that you're specifying in your limit order. So your order will not fill unless the market dips down to that price. I really do believe that a basic understanding of order types is really essential to buying cryptocurrencies. And the thing that I recommend is that if you're going to be buying it, that you get in the habit of using a limit order, because then you're not subject to just whatever the market is doing. You actually get to specify, hey, look, I want to buy some if it gets down to this price. All right, so today, we're having a little bit of a correction here on this recent run, and I'm really actually glad that I loaded up on Ripple early. That way I don't have to be making these hard decisions later whether or not I want to buy more or more of it. But I really do believe in Ripple. I really believe Ripple at these prices is a great buy, so we're going to go ahead and purchase some today. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to adjust my chart to look more at what's going on minute by minute here. Now it's trading right around 247, all right? So I need to come up with a price that I'm comfortable sinking my $180 into Ripple. So you're never going to be able to time this exactly right. Some of the buys that you make, you're going to buy some and then it's going to go down in value way past the point which you bought it at. I'm not trying to time the market perfectly. I'm trying to get right the next few years. So I'm buying and I'm holding over the next few years, and I'm not necessarily worrying too much about what I'm paying for it in the short term. But having said that, I'm still doing the prudent thing of using limit orders so that I'm buying at a price that I'm comfortable with on a daily basis. So the decision that I'm going to make today is that I'm just going to say, you know what? I've seen this kind of trend over the last few days, and it's corrected about halfway down to about 250. So I want to be in, and you are around 250. I'm comfortable being in, and so since I'm seeing it trade down in the 240s, I'm just going to pick something in the high 240s and put in a limit order and hope that it fills. So I just went and actually put in my limit order and filled my limit order and made this wonderful segment where I showed you exactly how to do that real time, and my microphone was dead the entire time. So I didn't get any audio. So I'm gonna have to just kind of recap what I did. So what I did was I came in here and I put in an order for 002165. I just said that, hey, Ripple's trading at about 248, 247. If it gets down to around 247 or 246, I want to buy. I want to take all my Ethereum and I just want to buy some Ripple with it. And that's really what that price means. And what I did was I came here and I clicked max. Right now I don't have any Ethereum available, so I don't have anything to put in an order with, but I just clicked this 100% button here and specified the price that I wanted. And then I clicked buy, and that went out into the market and said, hey, put my limit order on the market. And you can see over here, if your limit order is on and the price is actually trading above the price that you specified on your limit order, you'll see it over here in open orders. You'll see it sitting there, basically just being ready to be filled if the market dips down. Mine already filled, so you can see that in my trade history, and it was actually filled in 2 separate orders, and they actually got me a little bit better price than I wanted for it, which is cool, but then they also charged me a fee. So I really bought this Ripple for around 246. Now, something that I want to talk about really quickly. If you guys are long-term buyers and holders of crypto and you're scaling into these things, right? Inevitably, it's going to happen that you're going to buy a certain amount of crypto and it's going to dip below the price that you paid for it, for sure. I mean, that can happen right here in the next couple of seconds, right? And this is really where the long-term discipline of being a buyer and a holder comes in. I'm buying crypto and I have a timeline that's in years, all right? And that's different from somebody that's trading this minute by minute, right? So I'm okay if I buy it and it goes down a little bit. That's all right, that's expected, that's gonna happen. And so I really do think, you know, that's a discipline that you're gonna have to develop. You're gonna have to be able to separate yourself from your emotions of seeing something sometimes be cut in half that you just bought. It comes with the territory of being a buyer and holder of cryptocurrencies. So now you've got your Ripple, right? You took your Ethereum, you went to Binance, and you went in and you bought it at about what the market was trading at currently. And now your job is to get your crypto off of the exchange. So now I'm going to move this Ripple off of Binance, and I'm going to use my Ledger Nano S. And you could say you're going to put it on your Ledger Nano S, which is really not entirely true. You're actually just moving it to an account that you control on the Ripple network, but you're using your Ledger Nano to access that account and to house that secret key. Now, I've already made a video about how to get Ripple off of Binance and how to get it off of your exchange. So I'm going to link that video for this final step so you can see how that works. All right, so today we just followed a really simple process. We went to Coinbase and we used our debit card to buy some Ethereum. We took that Ethereum to Binance, and then we used a limit order to buy some Ripple, and then we're now moving that Ripple off of Binance and we're putting that on our hardware wallet. Thanks for all the comments, guys. I really appreciate them, and I appreciate the subscribers. And if you have any ideas for future videos that I can help you with, please go ahead and feel free to put them in the comments. I love hearing from you guys. Even the trolls. Well, if you're being trollish, then I just delete your comments anyway. All right, I hope this helps.